Now, hello and welcome to the Fish Whisperer Fly Tying page. Well, video. I will be tying flies for anybody who wants to learn how to do them. So, in the vise at the moment, I've got half a fly tied. I will be showing some of you how to tie if you're willing to learn with me. Let's see how it goes. In the vise, I have got a short shank special. I've just tied on some UV straddle flips, which I've got here. You probably can see the UV. I'm just going to add some black marabou, and then we can start putting a lip finish to this, and then we can start a brand new fly. I'm new to YouTube, but I'm not new to going doing live videos. So how is everyone? Hope you're all well. Let's see, we've got 3 people watching. I've got no comments so far, so hopefully I'll pick up. Hopefully. How is everyone? Hope you're all well. Thank you for who. Hi, John. I'm trying to, like I say, I'm just new to this, so it's like, hi, GP. Hello. Yeah. Like I say, I'm just new to this. I was trying to look for the comments, but I'm like my other 2 videos that I've put up, so I'm kind of glad I can see you guys. Can you hear me okay? I do hope so. If Will's going live later on, I will be just doing a moderator, but I don't know how to do the spanners yet. So, Jan, if you would like to, can I put a spanner next to you if I find out where it is? Let's see if I can. Nope, that's just in Google. Nope. How do I put a spanner next to the person's name? I'm trying to work this out. This is crazy. Like I say, I'm hoping to. We'll see what happens. If I try and get a hold of it, I will do. Who's I've got 3 people watching, so 1, 2, 3. I've got 1 like so far. Thank you, much appreciated. Yeah, I'm just putting a wing into this. I'm sorry if it's like nothing related to actual fishing, but what I will do is I will tie up these, go to a fishery, and I will catch fish on them. And I'll do a YouTube live video for that as well. The only problem is the fishery I go to, there's no signal, so don't fret about that. I'll try and get to some place where I can go. So all I'm doing is making up some flies for the fishery that I'm going to. We're hoping. Well, I'm going up there tomorrow. I'm going fishing tomorrow, and I'm going fishing at the same place on Saturday. So hopefully all is good. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. I'm trying to work this out, and I haven't even got a clue how to put somebody's. Nope. How do I get somebody to get a spanner next to their name? Need help. Oh, where's Will when I need him? Because I usually just click on a name, don't you? What about there? Pin message, add moderator. Yay! Jan, please. See, you've got a click on their name. Please tell me you've got a spanner next to your name. Please. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, I think you've been. Yay! Goody. Now, thank you. Is the camera okay? I'm hoping. I'm hoping you guys can still see that in my yellow shirt. Don't worry about the wing. Like I say, if you guys are only into sea fishing, I'm trying to get there. I've just got a hectic schedule at the moment. Like I say, I'm going fishing tomorrow and I'm going fishing on Saturday. I've got a league to do tomorrow because I don't want to upset the apple cart. So, see what happens. I know I'm a bit thin on top. But yeah, this is the first time I've properly got a hold of YouTube. So, I'm just hoping that everything's going to be okay. Let's say I'm new to this. I usually do live videos on Facebook, but I've got to start somewhere. How's you, Jan, and how are you, GP? My Mrs. Wendy is sitting in the bedroom on the phone to her mum, so I'm through here. So basically, I'm just throwing things together for up the road. I am selling them, but it would be like I wouldn't know where to actually advertise them. That's the only thing. Well, that's true, John. Yeah, everybody's got to start somewhere in life. I mean, I seen a fantastic post on Facebook yesterday. Yeah, it must have been yesterday. I seen a fantastic post, and it's like every child is like popcorn. So to me, basically, it goes in the same time. The oil's at the same temperature. Everything goes in. It's when the kernels pop at just different ways. We're like that. Everybody's like that. We're all popcorn kernels. It's when it's our time to pop, basically. So there's one fly. This is called a cormorant. I've got 5 of them to tie. I'm trying to get like everything done as quickly and as neatly as I can. But cormorants can be a bit of a finicky thing when it comes to the marabou wing, which is the black feather that you've seen sticking up. So, like I say, I'm new to this part, but I was doing live videos last night on the Facebook, and it was great. I mean, I had people who are a part of the elite fly fishing squad in Scotland anyway, and I was getting some advice from them. And the guy was actually pretty good, like. So hopefully I will keep up this trend, picked up to go up there. So I can do a live video up there, but it's only going to be like if I'm in range of the boathouse for a signal, or if I'm someplace I can try and get a decent signal. If not, and then this is just going to be places where I can't get a reception for my phone. So we've all got to start somewhere, as John said, which is temperature is 38 degrees here tomorrow. Where are you, GP? Whereabouts are you? That's the hottest I've ever been in Scotland, and I've never been abroad. That was at a fishery, believe it or not. And the car temperature said 38 degrees. I was right next to a coarse fishing pond where I was actually fishing. I don't do coarse fishing, but my neighbour downstairs for where I was staying, he took us fishing there, and that's what the temperature was. It was 38 degrees. I had on the thinnest whitest t-shirt you could think of, just to try and deflect the colour white deflects onto sort of bounces off of something else, or so it should have done, but it didn't. Basically, I got burnt right the way through my t-shirt, and I ended up with second-degree burns on my shoulders, and that's happened to me 3 times already. And no, I don't anymore. It's too painful. So what has everybody been up to today then? Sunbathing? I can probably guarantee that GP's been sunbathing. Especially with the temperatures. 30 degrees, wow. Oof. That's hot. That's very hot. I prefer this mediocre temperature that us Scottish people like. I can't stand things too hot. As soon as you start making things too hot, I can't cope. I've got to go and then take shelter. I'm from Portugal, Oft. Well, no offense, GP, please, you can keep it. I don't want that temperature. Don't get me wrong, I like being cozy, but not like that. I'm not keen on that. That's asking too much trouble. Like I say, I've only had it once here in Scotland, and I suffered. I couldn't move for about 3 days because it was either heat stroke that I got, and the lack of fluids. I just can't cope. I may disappear in a minute, picking up kids. All right, okay, that's okay, John. Just whenever you're wanting to come back on, just let's say, just come and go as you please. I mean, there's no set time here. I mean, I'm here until I get fed up, basically. So I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm hoping everything's okay with your family, Jan. I haven't seen your was it your nephew, grandson? I haven't seen him on Will's Lives for a while, so I'm hoping he's behaving himself. There's a few other flies I'm going to be tying, as I said previously. I've got cormorants of different variants of body. I will be doing some spiders. So spiders range from basically dark colours, mainly black. I will be tying up some of them. So Whisper. I keep it. Well, yeah. Keep it across there. Too hot for us. Well, especially me. I mean, I I like the heat, but not too much. 20 degrees to about 25. I'm okay with anything above 25. Um, I'll just like wait until the day passes, go out at night. But I'm hoping to do some live videos regarding the sea fishing. I've never done it before. Well, I have, but nothing to the extent that what Will does. Hi, Amanda. Now, Amanda. Da-da-da. Basically, I'm just here tying up flies. So, I mean, I know it's not really me going out fishing until tomorrow. Like I say, I will be trying to get to places where I can definitely get a better mobile phone signal. Um, I'm kind of in a limbo at the moment because I'm kind of nervous. Not because I'm on YouTube. That's one reason. I did a live video last night on Facebook, and that's because I know the people on there. YouTube's a kind of different thing. This is like a platform for, well, anybody really. But this weekend, I have got my trophy to defend, so I'm kind of nervous about it. So I'm just trying to tie up flies for going up there to try as well as sell. All the clubs here in Scotland, well, basically around my area, are all in dire straits. Not financially, it's just the fact that we're hardly getting the young people coming through, which is a shame. I mean, I'm going to try and promote juniors as best we can because they are the next generation of fishers, and I feel so sorry for them. They're never going to get a chance. Um, so, I mean, what do you do? You've got to give and take with that. I mean, if anybody's to come up to me and say, "Oh, can my kid fish here?" Well, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, I'd rather promote people who, well, especially juniors, who actually want to do something instead of what we've got now. They sit at home. I mean, I've always said tackle boxes, not tackle boxes, not Xboxes or PlayStations. I mean, sometimes it can't be helped. Weather is a major factor for some people, but I mean, we've all been through the rigmarole of growing up. I mean, I've been through the rigmarole of being a person attached to a TV and a PlayStation. I didn't bother with Xboxes, but definitely PlayStations. I've been through all that. But to me, that's for a rainy day. This should be used on a rainy day. And I feel sorry for them. I mean, Will's probably seen the same thing. Whoever watches Local Marks Fishing, hi. I'm trying to promote his channel as well. As there's a major thing on there at the moment. I've been made leader of the Origami Brigade. So yes, now you can see his face. I am the leader of the Origami Brigade on Local Marks Fishing. Yeah, that was a funny night. That I kind of went along with the flow. it was a good laugh. I don't do fly fishing, but like to learn. GP, I started fly fishing at the age of 3 years old. It's the only fishing that I can safely say that I'm comfortable with. Sea fishing to me, right, this is where Will and I kind of have a differences. But to me, fishing's fishing. A fish is in the water, it's got to be caught, right? That's where we can level head ourselves with. But fly fishing's a complete different thing. It's like a different breed of fishers. Fly fishing, you're taking something that you can see buzzing around in the sky and you take it to the vise, which, like this, every vise is different. You take it to the vise and you try and copy it to the best of your ability. Things I'm tying up are fish flash, something for the fish to trigger an instinct to grab it. There is a multitude of different flies, but my argument was that why do you have to have specific things for different kinds of fishing? I mean, I'm sure I'm going to try it. I don't know if I can try and do it this year, but I can definitely do it next year. I'm going to start basically fly fishing for mackerel. In the, I don't know if it can be done on shore or off a boat, but I think fish will even, well, I've seen people fly fish for bass, sea bass. I've seen it being done, so it's not impossible for to get species of fish in the sea to take a home tide fly, which I'm doing. So it's all a learning curve. I mean, I've always said that fly fishing is the way to go. It's, to me, it's the most. I say, I'm not going to say purest way because purest to me is like you go on an English chalk stream with dry flies. I mean, that's being a complete. That's being a purist. I like to go fly fishing to see what species of fish will take the fly. I was at a huge loch when I was a child, and I caught a 6 pound pike on a dry fly for trout. I had no wire trace. I landed it. I might be ashamed to say this on YouTube, but I did keep it because it was my biggest fish, and I was only about 12, so I didn't know any better. Fly fish is very elegant. Well, you could say. I mean, if you see a rising fish, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's trout. Okay, I'm a trout fisherman through and through. I mean, I've done salmon fishing, and I can tie salmon flies, but I would rather fish for trout or any kind of species that will take a fly. I mean, the only problem is we've been in Scotland. Okay, we get cold temperatures and everything else, so we don't get smooth hounds. I would doubt it. If, well, I suppose they would take a fly if it was put in front of their nose. It's just part and parcel of what fish will take a fly. That's what I'm hoping to try and achieve with doing YouTube. It's a goal that I've got set, but it depends on where you are. I mean, I've always said it that you can go anywhere and fly fish. I mean, if anybody was to come up to me and say, "Oh, can you help me out with different tactics?" Well, of course. I mean, I'm here to try and help as many people as I can. I've got some idols that are in my friends list on Facebook. I try my hardest to look up to them, and if I do need help, then they're there. But I mean, that's just me. I mean, I don't know what it's like in Portugal. I've never been abroad. I've only been to, well, the furthest I've ever been is Wales. But I mean, you kind of call Wales abroad when it's in the same vicinity as yourself. But this is what I've been trying to come up with: an idea of, can any fish take a fly? I see coarse fishermen. They've been like, oh, I see the fish on the surface. I says, well, why don't you fly fish for them? Oh, there's no fly to represent what they're taking. I went, well, I beg to differ. Um, I've seen carp being taken on a dog biscuit, which is a fly, and is all it is deer hair, good old fashioned deer hair. You put it on a hook and you tie it in, and as soon as you tighten the thread down, it bushes up. So as soon as it starts bushing up, you just add more deer hair, bush it up. Then you get to a stage, right? How do I tie this in a biscuit? Well, you just go around, just say this is a deer hair. All you do is just go around in a circle, and that's you got dog biscuit. Um, I'm hoping my friend Michael Mannon, who is also on the local Marks Fishing, the 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 local Marks Fishing YouTube videos. I'm hoping he's going to pop up and say hello at some point. There are some fly fishermen here for trout and barbel. Well, I've never seen them done for barbel, but guaranteed, as I just said, if you throw in a handful of dog biscuits, um, or even if you think of something like, well, I've got something here actually, if you're on about barbel. Um, Basically, it's a duster, and since it's like got the pink, what we call them WhatsApp blobs. So every pink bit that you could see, you could probably put it on a hook, tie it in, and you could scent them. I mean, you get a hook and device, put a layer of lead on it, so it sinks to the bottom, and let it just turn along the bottom, but you can scent these things up. So, I mean, there's a multitude of ways you could do things, I suppose. I mean, it can't just be all, it can't just be all, oh, you've got to have it this way, you've got to have it that way. There's always a way. There's a will, there's a way. I mean, like I say, you've got the things. I mean, I've got two different colours. I've got pink and I've got um, basically lime green. So therefore making up WhatsApp blobs. Um, so you could probably put some scent on them, and it would just work as well. So any um, feather for. Oh, there's a multitude of different materials you could use for fly tying. You even got jelly frits. Basically, it's just like it looks like a plastic. I mean, all work on every fly works on its day. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, but if you go coarse fishing, how do I represent a maggot?" It's so easy. all you do is you get a, I do have them somewhere. Here we go. It's just a hook. And if you can see, I'll try and put the ceiling. It's on a curve. I don't know if you guys can see it properly. I'm wearing the wrong type of t-shirt, but you can see there's a curve. Well, that represents a maggot. Basically, it's a grub hook. And to tie that, it's easy. You just get white thread, and then you could add. So as soon as you make a white thread for the body, you could have a multitude of different colours for the tying it off with. They're called okie dokie buzzers, but they can be used as a maggot copycat type of thing. So you're trying to represent things that coarse anglers would use. The other way of doing it is if you get white elastic bands, tie an elastic band all the way around the curve, all the way up, and tie it off with a different colour, or just keep it to a white colour. Because then you've got the segments of each wrap. So when you look at a maggot, it's all indentations all the way along its body. That just represents the same thing. So there is ways and means. I mean, to me, this is like I say, I've done fly fishing since I was 3 years old, and it's the only fishing I do know. I have been mackerel fishing with proper sea fishing gear, but my Christmas last year, my darling Wendy, who is in the chats, she seen. She asked me a question, what do I want for my Christmas? I asked, can I a beach caster? So it trying to gives me something to look forward to. Going sea fishing properly for cod in the winter time. So that's if we do get them. There has been, especially this year, between last year and this year, the cod were a washout. They were hardly here. It was only until about March they actually started making an appearance. I was like, well, that's really late for cod, especially here where I am. I'm only 9 miles from the sea, but to get to the fishing grounds that I need to go to is 14 miles. It's a bus journey. It takes 40 minutes. I'm not bothered about that, but it's getting there and then setting up. And then before you know it, you've got to come home again. But what I'm definitely hoping for is what I'm definitely hoping for is to try and get to the cod this year. It's a definite. Come winter time this year when the fish that I fish at has closed its season, then I'll be focusing on more of them. GP, what other fishing do you do across in Portugal? I mean, you're pretty blessed to be in a country like that. I mean, the sea's right on your doorstep. And I know you've got big fish across there. I mean, you'd have anything from, am I right in saying marlin, tuna, anything like that, GP, if you're still here? Just waiting on a reply. I don't know if he's still here or not. But no, if anybody's got any questions, just ask me. Like I say, I like to try and be useful and not just sit here and mumbo jumbo my way through and talk nonsense. I'm actually kind of here to try and help people. So If anybody's got any questions, fire away. Now, I do bass, breams, gilt head, and mackerel. There is a. Have you ever thought about fly fishing, GP? Just a curious question. Have you ever thought about doing it? Because if you have, if you're on about fly fishing, I would say that you could get an elastic band of like a brown color, a really thick elastic band. You could use that as a worm. You do get jelly worms that I've actually seen a person doing it, the fly fish with a jelly worm. I can tie a fly called an Apps bloodworm, which basically I do have something similar in front of me. I don't know how good it's going to be for you guys to see, but basically, if you see, you've got, it's made out of rubber legs. So you could have a thing like that, with strands of rubber about, easy 6-7 inches long, with the colour of anything that a sea fish would take. The other one, there's another fly. This is going back even to the olden days. They were on about a fly called a cockhackle, and all that is, I'll use this cape for example. All you do is, if you look for your biggest feathers at the back of a cape, so if you're watching GP, here's something for you. You get 2 feathers, roughly the same size, match them up together if you were to put them on a hook, and basically they would represent a sand eel. So the fly I've got in the vise, I'll use this as an example. Take all the fluff off of this, and then all you're doing is, you could keep the crystallized body, and what you do is you open up both hackles and set them either side of the hook. So, and then it represents a sand eel. So basically something that looks like that. Square that one up so you can see it better. All you're doing is trying matching it up. So that one should come down a bit. So it's basically something that looks like that. So yeah, there you go. That would be a sand eel imitation for catching mackerel, as well as bass, believe it or not. You can actually fly fish for them. I've seen it being done. So just an idea for you. So I say this is the first time I've been on YouTube, so who's sticking with me, thank you. I'm hoping that this is doing people what would you call it? A source of curiosity, maybe. Thank you, GP. I mean, you could actually tie up your own mackerel feathers as well. I've done that, believe it or not. I've got a box, and I've got home tied mackerel feathers The hooks might be a bit small, but the dressings are ridiculous. You do sea fishing. I'm going to be learning it. I mean, this is what I'm saying. I mean, I can show you a cape like this, and you be, well, what do you do with this? It's, you look at a cape, and some of the smaller fibers at the tip end, like I'll, for example, show you. I'll pull one out. The thinner part you would use for fly tying, but then that's only one feather. Let's see if I can get a decent one. Here you go. We'll pull this one out. I don't know if you can see this GP. All you would do is strip off about where this thick fluffy stuff at the bottom is, match up that, and you would stick that on a hook. I use artificial feathers and hooks. Well, I use the proper stuff. I mean, that let's say this is a cape that got dyed, so yeah. I have used spinners for mackerel, but I would like to try and use stuff that I've got. It saves me money in the long run. Plastics, if you lose them in the sea, then you think, well, something can come along, swallow it, and choke on it. So I'm trying to minimize that part. Feathers are natural. I mean, bird feathers are found every day somewhere. Walking along a beach, you will find many feathers from all different kinds of birds. So I would rather try to use stuff that's natural, that's been around for quite a few years. And plus, feathers are biodegradable. That's the way I look at it. I mean, everybody's got to each to their own. I'm not saying, oh, there's a right way or there's a wrong way. I mean, everybody's got a way of catching fish and how things are used. I'm not against anything like that. I was just being more of a, why would you harm the environment? That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, how many? So, I will be definitely going live sea fishing. I do have a frozen bait in a freezer. I've got prawns, raw jumbo king prawns. I think they're tiger prawns, I think. The package around tells me. I've got seafood sticks. Now I know there's a problem with them because apparently since they've been put in a packet, well, before they're packaged, they just turn to mush. So thank you, GP. I mean, everybody that I know that goes fishing should automatically know that natural is better. But yeah, I've got seafood sticks, so hoping to try and get some squid. I'll get some squid. I might do a seafood stick wrapped in squid. I've only got 2 rigs. I've got a bulk spool of 60-pound line, so I'll have to try and get bigger hooks and start making my own rigs. But yeah. Actually, I did a couple of live videos last night on the Facebook. So I'm now plucked up the courage to come and fly tie on YouTube. There's plenty out there. I've got a few people who I idolize, so I'm hoping that they would see this. But for every fly that I tie, I try and get as many flies out of one feather as I can. It saves money. It really does save money. I mean, you could dye them yourself as well, GP. If you ever get any white feathers across in where you are, you can buy different kinds of dyes. The basically you could have a sunburst yellow, that hot orange that I've got there, blue, black, green. Basically, get a whole multitude of different colours. So what's this? I love squid and cuttlefish. To eat or to use as bait, GP? I mean, I might be here until I get a notification from Will saying he's live. Then I'll end this, and then people will jump on there. I mean, I'm just trying to show people how to tie the quickest and easiest flies you can think of. Cormorants are super easy. I mean, I've done about 4 since I've done this. How many have we got done actually? I need to keep a tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got one more, and then we're going to try something else. It'll be a different cormorant, but with a different body, which I will show you. I'll wind this one still on. Threads I use basically bog standard black. I do have other colours of threads. For example, I've got this one, a hot orange. It's an 8O uni thread, I think. But yeah, it's all to give to eat. Oofed. Well, it's one thing I've never actually tried, GP. My taste buds have alluded me to the squid, and they've definitely alluded me to the cuttlefish. I've always known that cuttlefish to be a great bait. I was talking to Will, I made a suggestion to him, was it about 2 weeks ago? I said, why don't you use the cuttlefish head as a muppet at the head of the hook, and then tip it off with, say, a rag or a lugworm? He says, well, you could do. So there's no right or wrong ways on probably sea fishing baits. I mean, I use rainbow trout if I can. I would like to try and see what kind of fish would eat that. I've heard skate, but skate's more of a west coast fish than it is an east. But you never know until you go out fishing and trying. But I'll definitely get bigger hooks and about 20 spools of bait elastic to hold a rainbow trout together. The skin of a rainbow trout is really, really tough, but the meat or flesh, whatever you call it, it's not durable. So you could have a rainbow trout skin wrapped in different kinds of fish. You could do. We here we love them. Not guaranteed. I mean, there's a multitude of things you could try. I mean, everybody's got different kinds of taste buds, but when I start seeing calamari, I'm thinking, is it as good as it says it is? I mean, I'm not trying to put anybody off, but when I look at calamari, I'm like, is it tasty? So, my taste buds haven't got to that so far, GP. Um, that's probably the only thing that's eluded me. Yeah, I suppose there's no harm in trying it. I mean, you only live once. I mean, anybody that says, well, this it doesn't taste nice, well, at least you give it a bash. I had here people from Ireland and they never eat octopus. They tried it and love it. Always talking about the octopus. Oh, well, you learn something every day. Who? Nah, they'll be there. I've got 3 people watching. Um, um, so, yeah, octopus though. Well, I say my taste buds have only ventured as cod haddock. Hi, John boy. Hail, hail, my friend. Um, I'm just saying to GP about taste buds, about fishing and taste buds. Well, I've never tried octopus, but what I am definitely trying here, apart from everybody's patience, it's my first time on YouTube, so I'm trying to tie flies for the club that I'm in as a member of. I am going fishing tomorrow. I'm going fishing on Saturday at the same place. Um, so this is a new experience for me. Um, I'm just, I'm actually a bag of nerves to be honest with you. With you, GP, GP and John Boy. I'm a bag of nerves. My my club trophy is my club trophy is up for grabs on Saturday evening. So I'm a bag of nerves. It might not look like it because I'm live on YouTube. That doesn't bother me. I mean that part doesn't phase me. Being on camera doesn't phase me. Um, just the bag of nerves when you know for a fact that you might just lose your trophy. It's sickening. It really is sickening. Well, yeah, that's true, GP. Different foods and cultures, Whisperer. Well, yeah. I mean, you don't. I mean, I've heard of people saying, "Oh, but it should be taste like this and it should be made like that." Well, why? Why should it be made like that? Every recipe is there for a different reason. I mean, it's there for a reason to follow a recipe, but there's always room to change things. Green eels. Um, One other fish I've never tried. I've caught plenty of eels in rivers. Well, a river that I used to fish. I no longer stay down in that part of Scotland, so um, but yeah, I thought if I could do a live video on here of fly tying just to get me started, we can see what YouTube can offer. I mean, I'm not want to make this as like um, throw up donations if you want to. Um, I've got no idea about YouTube about doing that. Um, it would be something to look into, I suppose, but I'm not there yet. I'm definitely not there yet. I'm just a very, very small fish in a very, very big ocean. Ocean being YouTube. Yes, I've conquered Facebook. Facebook's a doddle. I mean, I don't understand why everybody say, "Oh, but Facebook." Nah, you want to do videos? Go on YouTube. That's where you you make your presence known, as it was. I mean, I've got a few idols on my subscriptions list that I've followed. I've got a few elite boys that do this fly fishing. I've got a double world champion fly fisher on my Facebook page. I've got the main man from Airflow on my Facebook page as a friends list. I've even got the boy's brother, so like two peas in a pod. Um, so uh, I've expanded my horizons to looking at thinking how does a one person get all the way to that stage? So, and they've been fishing a lot longer than I have, obviously. Yeah, I'm only 31 years old. I started when I was 3. Okay, I should be really good at this. But as I've said, it's each to their own. Now, that's the pearl ones done of the cormorants. Now I'm going to show you a different kind of cormorant. Using this hot orange thread. I'm going to be tying up 10 of these things, but with a silver fritz. It's a straddle fritz, silver, and I've got gold. So I will be showing people how to tie up this. Now, start with 10. We'll do 10 silvers, and then we can see what happens from there. You know, like I said, I've got gold wants to die. I work with tourists, and some want world normal food, but most want to try our traditional food, and I have to say most of them love it. Um, hmm, I'm trying to think, GP. What food have you got that's traditional in Portugal? Um, am I right in? I might be wrong in saying paella. What have you got? Paella? Or is that Spain? Wendy's just corrected me. Chorizo. Am I saying that right? GP chorizo. Is that still Spain? Um, I mean, like I say, I'm not a huge. And here traditional food is fish. Oh, so it's fish. Oh well, I was right enough then. Fish. Well, probably chorizo. Yeah, chorizo and fish probably go together. Am I right in saying GP? Fish and chorizo, or even the if you fry the chorizo, the juices that come out of that, you could probably fry fish afterwards. Um, I'm just thinking out loud. What was that, Davlin? Oh, is it fat you get out of chorizo? It must be a tasty sausage then. Oh, one of they kind of things then. What kind of fish do you get in Portugal? GP tuna, bass. Well, I've seen you got bream. I'm thinking anything else that we call an exotic fish. I'd love to catch tuna, but I couldn't I couldn't handle one even if I tried to. That just looks backbreaking. Well, there's that too, darling. Um, happy with that at all. So yeah, all I'm using is black marabou to make the wing. Um, everybody flies differently, but I've always thought that having a cormorant, you'd have a thicker, a thicker, a thicker wing than that out of there. So tidy up this nonsense. That's better. I don't usually want to cut marabou. I'd rather tease it away, but sometimes it's just got to be cut. What I'm doing is using a whip finishing tool. So if you've just joined, hope you're enjoying yourself. Right, now. A couple bits I've missed at this side. No more comments. 4 likes, 1 viewing. No. Just enjoy myself. That's okay. I'll just keep it going anyway. Let's finish with. Oh, my phone. Should probably have some of that. That's okay. Well, I need somebody to moderize the page because in case somebody comes on and thinks, oh, got free for all. How does it look on that on the video anyway, darling? Does that silver stuff look okay? Hmm. Oh no. What one's that though? Is it? That looks no bad a picture actually. Well, hmm. What have I got the darling? Can you tell me where I've got the camera angle set, or is it just my phone? Oh, that's good. Oh, my phone. It looks like it might just be my screen actually. Then. Oh well. Um. I've got 5 likes and 1 person watching. Okay. Hmm.